The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is maybe my favorite of this Guy Ritchie era, and I loved Operation Fortune. I nominated fucking Josh Hartnett for Best Supporting Actor in our Oscar special. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is a kind of movie, you hear this phrase a lot, but this is truly the kind of movie that they don't make anymore. It is a fun, unpretentious genre flick that features the hottest guys you've ever seen cracking jokes and going on suicide missions and mowing down Nazis. It's Magic Mike meets Inglourious Basterds. But it's more notable to me when I was watching it for what it doesn't do, because Guy Ritchie came up with Matthew Vaughn, the guy who then went on to do the Kingsman franchise. But unlike the Kingsman franchise, Guy Ritchie has fallen out of love with hyper stylization, and he is the better off for it. This is one of the least sort of hyper stylized action movies I've seen in a long time, and it made it such a fucking relaxing, fun watch because the character is not the camera is not strapped to a freaking coked up Roomba and spinning 800 degrees at all times, and the editing is like, and the fight choreography is like in the freaking Matrix, and I'm like, who are these characters? What is this movie? I can't even pay attention to anything. Ritchie, he doesn't hyper stylize. He doesn't obsess over needle drops, right? All the fight choreography feels sort of realistic. The camera's not like moving at 100 miles an hour. And what you get in return is once again, hot people killing Nazis, but in a way that is just like not overdone or overcooked. And the script is perfectly calibrated to the movie because his one-liners are funny, but they're not like anachronistic, you know? It's not like you're not getting like that fucking like office humor, or like, you know, that's kind of seeped into action movies and comic book movies.
Joss Whedon Marvel disease.
You don't get that at all. He keeps the camera work simple, clean. He keeps the dialogue funny, but not like cringy. And he gives us characters that are cinematic, but not so exaggerated that they're ridiculous. Guy Ritchie. This era of Guy Ritchie is great because he believes in the simple pleasures of genre. He lets the genre work, and he's too old for wonderkind shit. He's not trying to impress you. He's just trying to make a good movie, and he succeeds. And the result is the kind of genre movie, like I said, that Hollywood used to churn out 3 times a week, but that we rarely get anymore. I was trying to think of parallels, and there's plenty of them. We were talking about The Dirty Dozen, The Wild Bunch, etc. But to me, some of the movies that came to mind were like the movies that Rick Dalton is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That one, like 14 Fists of McCluskey, where he burns all the Nazis to a crisp with a flamethrower. It reminded me of that kind of era of genre movies or war movies. Once again, where it's fun, it's cinematic, but it's not overdone. It's not overcooked. And the director is not constantly saying, look at me, look at me. Because why would you say, look at me, when you have freaking Henry Cavill and you have freaking Alan Ritchson and you have Eliza Gonzalez and you have Henry Golding in your movie? He's saying, look at them. Don't look at me. Don't look at what the camera's doing. Look at them. Look at what they're doing. And I love that instinct. This movie is, it was just such a great watch.
It was like drinking a cup of chamomile tea.
Yes.
It was like slipping into a warm tub. If you are a person that enjoys a rousing World War II shoot 'em up with a fun motley crew, great news. There's a brand new one and it rocks socks, and it's called, weirdly, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. So much fun.